Hello everyone. Today I'll be assessing Bell Financial Group as a potential audit client for Emerald Advisory. I'll cover a brief overview of the firm, two key business risks, two key audit matters identified by the auditor, and conclude with a recommendation on client suitability. Bell Financial Group is a mid-tier Australian financial services firm operating across equities trading, wealth management, and corporate advisory. Its business model is highly dependent on capital market activity, with revenue largely driven by brokerage commissions and advisory fees. This creates a cyclical earnings profile, as performance is closely tied to trading volumes and deal activity. The firm competes with other mid-tier players, such as Morgans Financial and Ord Minnett, where differentiation is based on client relationships and advisory capability rather than scale. From an industry perspective, three characteristics are critical. First, earnings are highly sensitive to market conditions. Second, the industry is heavily regulated under ASIC. And third, it is human capital intensive, relying on experienced advisors. These factors directly shape both the firm's risk profile and audit complexity. The first key risk is Bell Financial Group's exposure to market volatility. Because revenue depends on trading volumes and capital raising activity, any downturn in financial markets directly reduces income. Recent 2025 industry data, including Deloitte's Financial Services Outlook, highlights weaker deal activity and reduced investor participation due to economic uncertainty. This creates earnings volatility and may impact financial reporting areas such as going concern and asset valuations. Importantly, this risk links directly back to the firm's core operations, making it highly relevant from both a business and audit perspective. The second key risk is regulatory and compliance risk. Bell Financial Group operates under strict ASIC regulation, with increasing scrutiny following post-Royal Commission reforms. Recent 2025 ASIC updates show continued enforcement activity, particularly around advice quality and conflicts of interest. For the firm, this introduces risks of penalties, reputational damage, and increased compliance costs. From an audit perspective, this is significant as it affects provisions, contingent liabilities, and disclosure requirements, and increases reliance on effective internal controls. One key audit matter identified is revenue recognition. As noted in the audit report, revenue from brokerage and advisory services involves judgment in determining timing. This is significant because revenue is both material and presumed to be a fraud risk under ASA 240. The complexity arises from multiple revenue streams and the need to ensure correct cutoff and recognition. The key audit matter has appeared in prior years and is likely to persist, particularly given ongoing market volatility, which increases pressure on revenue performance. The second key audit matter relates to goodwill and intangible assets. The auditor highlights that impairment testing requires significant judgment, particularly in estimating future cash flows and discount rates. This aligns with ASA 540, as these estimates are highly subjective and sensitive to assumptions. Given Bell Financial Group's reliance on market activity, any downturn could impact expected cash flows and trigger impairment. This key audit matter is recurring and likely to remain relevant, particularly in uncertain market conditions. So, in conclusion, Bell Financial Group appears to be a suitable audit client for Emerald Advisory. There is strong alignment with the firm's expertise in financial services, and the key audit matters identified are typical for the industry and manageable. However, risk relating to revenue volatility and regulatory exposure require a focused audit approach, particularly in areas such as revenue recognition, impairment, and disclosures. There are no major ethical concerns identified, although the industry itself carries inherent conduct risk. Overall, I recommend accepting Bell Financial Group as a client, subject to appropriate risk-based audit planning. These conclusions are supported by Bell Financial Group's annual report, ASIC regulatory updates, Deloitte's 2025 outlook, and recent financial industry reporting.